I'm Matt Bishar with REIT.com here in Washington, D.C. for NAREIT's Washington Leadership Forum. Joining me today is Don Wood, President and CEO of Federal Realty Investment Trust. Don, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Matt.
I'd like to start by talking about your Pike and Rose project here in D.C. in the Maryland suburbs. Happens to be right near where I live, so I know how transformative this project is going to be.
Who says there's no development happening in the United States, right? We're doing a lot of building. But
Exactly. So what are the pros and cons of these sort of larger scale projects that go beyond just building a new retail center?
Yeah, it's far more than building a new retail center. You know, these things are hard and they're time consuming. And then the next question should be, well, then why in the world are you doing it? And the reason there is pretty simple. When you create these kind of real, organic, livable communities, they're far more than just retail products. They create long-term value and a growing cash flow stream more consistently, more sustainably over the long term, and therefore are worth more over the long term than other type of properties because for a number of reasons. Here we'll have a big residential component. If you do the street right in these mixed-use projects, the residential up top is worth more, and they're 12-month leases. So increasing rents over the years can be stronger and more sustainable than without that amenity base. More and more, the amenity base of whether it's pure retail from a fashion perspective or whether it's entertainment-driven, theater, and we've got all those components here at Pike and Rose. It creates a new community. It creates a real place to live, work. It happens to be right across the street from the Red Line here in D.C., and so transit-oriented growth like that is real important to us and real sustainable. It's good stuff, but you got to do the street right.
And switching from development to acquisitions, can you talk a little about some of your recent deals and what types of properties you're looking to acquire?
Well, you know, it's as you know, cap rates have been so contracted, it's very hard to find anything in any segment that makes a lot of sense these days. But what we're looking for is a retail-centric property in our key markets, and our key markets are on the coasts, Boston and Washington, D.C., Northern Southern California, that has a growing sustainable cash flow trend. You can get that either with higher rents, if rents are under market, you can get that with redevelopment, but there has to be that long-term increase in cash flow stream. We'll do any type of property retail-centric other than malls. And what we've done recently are two great properties in New Jersey, central New Jersey, one in Shrewsbury called The Grove, which has been on our hit list for 10 years, and we've finally been able to get a transaction going, along with Brook 35, which is just about 15 miles south. So great, high-quality, sustainable properties with some redevelopment opportunities and mostly under market rents.
And lastly, you reported very strong operating fundamentals in 2013. You've expressed confidence in 2014. Is this a sign that retail is finally fully on its way back? And are there any potential hurdles that you're still keeping an eye on?
Oh heck, you know, we're in a tough business, and there are always headwinds against retail, as there are in every segment. When you think about rising interest rates, that's one thing. When you think about the particular locations where growth is happening, development's happening, it's not all that even. I think it's very uneven as that goes through. But by the same token, retailers are expanding. Retailers are taking new space. Now, it's a little different space than they've taken in the past, so you've got to be careful, very careful on the location and the type of product that you're delivering. But I am very bullish from a company perspective and even from a broader perspective in terms of the next 5 years for growth.
Don, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Matt.
For more on this and other real estate news and analysis, be sure to visit REIT.com.